Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video from the bunker in Kentucky. And this is just a quick video because I'm starting to see something now. What is probably going to be the most, for me, in my opinion, the most important message going on throughout the rest of the Trump presidency. I say the rest of it. It just started. He's only been there for like 4 months, going on 5 months. It seems like so much has happened already. And I'll tell you what, one thing that's been happening, which I warned everybody about, is that the left and the enemies of liberty and freedom, the fake news media, are tirelessly at work stuffing you with lies and propaganda. Now, I'm here to tell you something. I'm not going to say I'm an expert on propaganda, but I did, I did some reading on it. I've learned a couple of things about how propaganda works. And propaganda is actually a very insidious, it can enter your brain and do insidious work without you realizing it. It's quite evil. It's quite an art. It's not so blatant. Like you know when you're hearing blatant propaganda stories, right? Like at the end of the Iraq War when that guy when that Iraqi guy was standing there and everything was in smoke and ruins behind him, and he was standing there saying, "Nobody's bombing us. The whole place is destroyed behind him." So that's pretty obvious propaganda, right? And it just defies credulity. But there's a way more insidious types of propaganda that can seep into your brain and you don't know it. I mean, look, there's certain polls are already showing that Trump supporters are wavering on him because of the tariffs and all that, because they're listening to the liars. Don't listen to the liars, because you may, at the top of your brain, you may understand yeah, CNN is fake news, MSNBC is fake news, and you get that. But you hear the voices and it works on your brain and you start to wonder. Don't, they are wrong. What Trump is doing is correct. Let Trump be Trump. Let the seeds that he is planting, you got to give it time to grow, man. Give him a chance. Don't listen. Look, I was going through my news feed this morning and I saw two, and this is the reason I made this video. I saw two news stories, and one of them is CNN host Fareed Zakaria said that Donald Trump has badly bungled the trade war with China. Now, what the fuck does this shithead know about economics? He's a half-baked, dorky. He's an idiot. He's such a left-wing Democrat hack spewing out propaganda. He doesn't know shit about economics. He's just another freaking idiot, right? Oh, but here's a worser one. Yellen. Now, Janet Yellen has sat at the top, or she did sit at the top as former Treasury Secretary while Biden was destroying the economy, partially based on her policies. And she has the nerve on Breitbart today, 5 hours ago. Breitbart reports that Yellen says that Trump tariff plans are doing immense damage to the economy. She's a fucking liar. She is a liar. Look, damn, man. I mean, come on, man. Trump has been president for going on 5 months now. I've been saying 4 months. I guess it's going on 5 months now. The economy was damaged by her and Biden. Trump is just now starting to fix it, and she's already out there saying that Trump is damaging the economy. This Janet Yellen, this ugly-looking man-woman, is a liar and a fraud, and it was her policies that stupid senile Biden was following. That is what damaged the economy. But you see, you've got all these voices, and this is my point. I said at the top of the video that this is going to be the most important point going forward, and that is this. And go back and watch. I made two videos. I said, two videos. Part one, we won the battle and the war has just begun. Part two is we won the battle, the war has just begun. Stay the course. That is going to be the message, double message going forward for the rest of the Trump presidency. Stay the course. Do not let the liars and the fake news and their propaganda seep into your head and get you worried. Oh, I'm a little worried now. Oh no, the price went up. Yeah, there's going to be, look, what Trump is trying to do is such a massive change that there's going to be a little, bump in the road. It's like when you start going down a road, let's say like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but out in the western United States, there's some stretches of interstate that are hella long, and it'll say like 20 miles until the next exit. If you get on going the wrong way, and you say, "Fuck, I'm going the wrong way," and you realize it's 20 miles before you can turn around, that means you got to go 21 way. You're going to spend an hour of driving and go absolutely nowhere, right? You're going to get you're going to drive through that middle, even though you're not supposed to. But you're going to pull over to the side on the left side, and you're going to go through that middle median, and you're going to bang a U. Otherwise, you're going to throw away an hour of your life. And you just, especially if you're in a hurry, you're not going to do that. Now, if you pull over to the left and you bang a U on a country interstate, um, your car's going to go clunky, clunky, clunky as you go down in the thing and up in the thing. And you better not try it with a little car. You better have like an SUV or a truck or something like that. But it's bumpy. Now, my point is, it's not going to be good for a couple of minutes, but you have to do it to change direction. Or a heroin addict that's all strung out on heroin and stuff. The only way he can change direction and get clean is he's going to have to go through withdrawals, and that's going to be ugly. So it's going to be ugly for a few days until he gets past it and gets clean. Look, what Trump is doing is a massive sea change. We have to do it, but it's going to be bumpy for a few months, right? Maybe even a year or two. I wrote an article. Please, you've got to remember history. We all remember that Ronald Reagan saved America and the American economy from the depression and the malaise of the Carter years. But remember, if you go back and look, Ronald Reagan was in trouble for the first couple of years because what he was doing was so big, the Reagan Revolution. It took a little while to kick in and start working. And during those first 2 years, shit was going down before it went up. And he had bad poll numbers. Now, that was 2 years. The great Ronald Reagan, all right, took 2 years for his stuff to start working. Trump has only been in office 4 months. Do not listen to the voices, the left and the fake news and all these liars and the rhinos and the morons and the people who are getting the wobbly knees and they're getting a little scared. And listen, man, stop it. Just stop it. Trump is right. His policies are correct. They are going to work. You must stand strong and stay the course. Do not wobble. Do not get scared. Do not let the little voices of the little peons on the left and the news and all these idiots get you worried and stuff. Everything Trump is doing is correct. And because he's in such new territory, he's a businessman. Of course, along the way, he's going to make minor course corrections because he's trying something new. Oh, and he sees a little bump, so he's gonna make a few course corrections on the way. But basically, he's staying the course, right? And that's what we have to do. And don't let the left and the liars on the left are going to take advantage of every little course correction. And they're going to say, oh, see, Trump changed his mind. He's flip flopping. Haven't you learned by now that these people are liars? Biden and the left and all these people who think they know what Trump is doing, they are the ones who brought us to the brink of destruction. And now they think that they can comment on what Trump is doing? They need to all shut up. Shut up. You had your chance. You ruined it. Now sit down and shut up and let Trump fix it. That's the message. Stay the course. We are in a war now. Trump's presidential victory was the first victorious battle in an ongoing war. You conservative, listen to me. You Trump voter listening to me. You have to stay the course. You are now in a war. You have to keep fighting the fight. Don't listen to the enemy propaganda. You know, in any big war, you lose a couple battles. Look, think about World War II. World War II, D-Day was a big day, right? D-Day, we landed on the beaches in Europe, big day, big victory. And then, if you know your World War II history pretty well, American forces got all caught up in the hedgerows. So in France, they have these things called the hedgerows, and it's these mounds of dirt going way back to hundreds of years old. And our tanks were getting all jammed up in them, and we stalled. And the Germans were picking us off, and people are getting all nervous. Oh, we might lose the war. We might lose the war. Come on, Patton. Then came Patton, and then what happened after that? Then came the Battle of the Bulge. Hitler launched a ferocious counteroffensive and actually cut off a bunch of our troops. And again, a bump in the road. But you're in a war and you keep going the same direction. The American forces kept heading towards Berlin, heading towards Germany, I should say, heading towards Germany. Despite some bumps in the road and some corrections and stuff, you're in the war, you keep heading in the right direction. We are in a war. Do not let them tell you that Trump is making mistakes. Trump is not making any mistakes. He's moving forward with his plan. And again, like I said, because it's uncharted territory, there's going to be a few corrections. It's like a boat, it's like a ship going across the ocean. Every once in a while, you have to check the satellite, check your location. We're off by 0.03 degrees. Come right, come right 0.06. Little minor course corrections. You have to. That's what's going on. So don't listen to these people. These two stories really piss me off. Fareed Zakaria is saying that Trump is screwing up the trade war. Fuck Fareed Zakaria. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And Janet Yellen saying that Trump is doing damage to the economy. She's the one who damaged to the economy. Okay. Now a couple of quick. So that's the thing. Please go back and see my two videos. The war has just begun. Please share my videos. Please check those out. One last note. Very important. General Flynn. Well, General Flynn is such a great American. I was really hoping that Trump would have him. That would have been a great choice for. I mean, I like Pete Hegseth, but General Flynn would have been a great choice for Secretary of Defense. I was kind of hoping it would be General Flynn. Anyway, and General Flynn just posted something on X about there's a book. It's called Spygate Exposed: The Truth About the so-called Russiagate. It's by someone named Svetlana Lokhova. Check it out. Spygate Exposed, the 2025 reissue edition. Real quick, this is what the blurb says. Spygate is the greatest scandal in modern American history. a plot to topple President Trump. In this book, so this lady Svetlana, she's from Cambridge University. She exposes the Russia hoax and how a spy named Stephen Helper, operating against Trump, help ensnare General Flynn, and it's a big thing. Check it out. Anyway, please like and share this video, and please, for the love of God, please remember what I'm trying to tell you here, man. Stay the course. I can't stress, I can't say this enough. And I'm going to say it again because I said it in the other two videos, and I'm going to say this again. Trump winning the presidency was the first battle victory in a long, ongoing war. All of you people who helped Trump get elected, whatever you were doing, you have to keep doing it because the war is ongoing. We have another presidential election coming up. We have congressional elections. You got state elections, governor, state assemblies, your local government, mayor, council person, school board. It never ends. This is a never-ending war. The left is never going to stop. They're going to keep advancing their evil agenda on every front that they can. And you have to be there to stop them. And you have to stay the course. And do not let people sway your minds. Do not listen to these liars about Trump. Okay, they're coming at him. And they're coming at him from every direction, even swampy rhino Republicans. They're doing Trump. He came out like gangbusters, but now they're starting to pile on. And you have to stay the course. As long as you stay the course and you do not listen to these lies, then things will be okay. But it's up to you. Trump will only be president for 3.5 more years. After that, it's up to you. Are you going to hand it all back over to the Democrats and let their woke agenda destroy America? Or are you going to stay the course? Okay, that's the message. Stay the course for the rest of your lives and teach your kids to stay the course too. So anyway, please like and share this video. I'll put a link to the other two videos in the description of this video. Please like and share those too. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.